Must be 4 o'clock Friday.
Must be Hippie Chicks Live.
Hippie Chicks Live, kids. Thank you for being here. And if you're not here right now, thank you for being here in the future. And please leave a message of what happened because we want to know. So, so here we are, Hippie Chicks.
And just the other day was Back to the Future Day. I'll tell you about that.
Yeah,
Two.
November 5th. It's been a fabulous week, energetically speaking, has it not? I mean, we had the full moon Tuesday morning. Later on, we had a blue tidal wave.
Ooh.
And scared the bejeebies out of some creepies, and that's always fun. And then of course Guy Fawkes Day, November 5th. Remember the 5th of November.
Yes.
Which leads us to say that it seems like we're always having to come after some kind of scoundrel. Always.
That is true. Yeah.
I'm getting tired of it.
Well, it has to happen because we're the light, and only light can drive out darkness, not more darkness. So as we bring the light, whatever is dark is driven away easily.
It is. Well, we're driving this away, that's for sure. It's just got to play out the motions. And I could feel it. I could feel, because 3i Atlas flew behind the sun last week, and I think they landed on the sun, and they're getting codes back and forth, and they infused the sun with stuff. And that light, you remember me saying there's so much light?
Yes.
Coming on the planet?
And it's different. There's something different about it. Yeah.
And I feel it energetically speaking. I feel like I'm like all the old baggage is going away. Like I was like, okay, yeah, what I don't need that anymore. Where I used to obsess over shit.
Right. My nervous system has been very relaxed.
Yeah.
And it's been as I commune with the out of doors, as I commune with that natural light, as I commune with the grass, with the trees.
Yeah.
I feel it aligning more and more, and just very naturally.
It feels good, doesn't it?
It really does. It really does. So I have to, we're in a good place.
We're moving into a better place. And here's the key is that when you get yourself in alignment, doesn't mean that there's not going to be chaos and shit going on around you.
Right. You're aligned so that you can withstand.
You can navigate through it. Yeah. And it doesn't knock you. It doesn't hijack you.
Exactly.
Which is what's happening to a lot of people. I mean, that's the majority of my clientele that's coming to see me because they get emotionally hijacked every day. And it's torture. It's absolute torture.
Yeah.
And it's people right now realizing that I have the bandwidth now to deal with all the shitty shit that happened to me growing up.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to say, of course, I won't be specific about anybody, but there's been a lot of sexual abuse going on between both men and women. You know, it's not just the young girls, the little boys are getting doodled too. And it's traumatic and it's horrific.
Yeah.
And it makes you think about, okay, well, it's horrible what happened to those children, but what has to be going through the mind of the person that's doing it?
Yeah. Yeah.
How wounded are they?
As a survivor of that sexual abuse and assault in my past, I have to say that I don't know what goes through those individuals' minds, but the fact that it is so widespread and it shows itself in many forms and that it goes back so far. You know, we can go back to as young as being children, knowing that it was going on because you couldn't wear certain things around this particular member of the family. Don't wear shorts because your uncle such and such is coming over. Go ahead and put on some pants. Oh my God, what an enabling culture we've been.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. But
it goes back even so much further. This was accepted for so many years. It was accepted. And I have to say this way back, different times when people didn't live to be the ages that we live to be now,
right.
Where, 13, 14 years old, you were married off
You're
to
you're
the
having babies. So as soon
you
as you
were.
started menstruating, you're having babies.
And as acceptable as people try to say that it is because that was a different time, I mentioned that was a different time. Think about this though. They weren't so much. There may have been some of the young girls getting married to young boys, but a lot of times they were married off to old men. And when I say old, 30s, 40s, marrying a
Yeah, but
13-year-old
then
girl.
they to those young people, they look like old dudes like in their
Of
80s.
course.
That's right now.
Either way, it was very uh pedophilic.
Unwelcomed.
Yes, and unwelcomed. But it was what was expected and accepted and allowed. And
Yeah.
it's mind boggling. And the things that we have to be able to do to shift that paradigm so that this is not acceptable. And I mean, we've come a ways because now people are speaking out, still as shunned as they become. Unfortunately, as soon as someone mentions some type of sexual assault or sexual abuse, the multitudes, the most common theory they go to is, well, is this person telling the truth? And I get that people are innocent until proven guilty, but that is a mandate for the courthouse. That is
Yeah.
not a mandate for us. We have our own discernment and our own
I
judgment.
think that is shifting more and more. Believe
Yeah.
the victim. All right, that patriarchy mentality of everything that's just happened, everybody getting off scot-free basically
Yeah.
for
Right.
the abuses they've done. I think that time is definitely coming to an end, which is why we're going to see what we're seeing on the global stage right now as far as so-called leaders, people in power of position, because they're all guilty of this. With that's a fact.
That's
Yeah,
yeah, it's a
it's a
shame.
fact. I mean,
Yeah.
we don't need to see these fucking files to know
Oh,
what
please.
the dealio is.
There
Right?
there is an abundant. It is a pretty regular. I hate to say a pretty regular thing. There are some good people out there, but people can't get so caught up in they think they know who's going to be in the files and wanting them to be exposed, not realizing your heroes might be in there. So you got to chill. I see people all the time talking about that, and I'm just like, there's a lot, and I mean, expose them all if that's the case. Expose them
Yeah,
all.
and
Yeah.
if it's a scenario where there's a few people on the list that you're like, oh man, like
That immediately changes for me. I
well,
change
yeah.
how I see
I
them.
mean, if you saw somebody like, oh God, forgive me, Alan, like Alan Alda, you would never think to see somebody like him
Right.
in there, but
Right.
you never know,
But once I see that name, we don't know. We are not saying that is the case, and we would
Not at
not
all,
believe that
not
to be the case.
whatsoever. Sorry, Alan,
But
I didn't mean that.
yeah,
I was
but
just
no,
watching.
you said it right. You said that's somebody we would never expect. So absolutely,
Yeah, because
and he's beloved. We love him. And if I saw that, my immediate feeling about him would change because I'm like, that's a deal breaker for me. You
yeah,
can't touch kids.
nope.
I'm sorry. I don't care who you are. You cannot.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, we're done with that. We're done with that. So yeah, I think we're moving into a new age. Oh, I can't breathe out of one side of my face. You know what?
Oh,
I need to take care of business. I'm gonna dip out for a sec.
go ahead.
Take the helm. I'll be right
I
back
got
because somebody needs to watch this. So I'll be right back.
Kathy's being nice and discreet. That was me a couple of weeks ago because let me tell you, these sinuses and allergies, particularly living here in coastal Virginia, oh man, you struggle. And I grew up here, so you would think I'm used to it, but honestly, I grew up here from the time I was like 6 months old till the time that I was 18. I moved to New York at 18. And I've heard many people say this, in particular about moving to other places or moving to New York. I've heard a lot of this. You move out to another state, you come back to Hampton Roads, and the sinus and allergy condition becomes unbelievably much.
Horrific. I've
Yeah,
never had allergies, and I used to
right,
live like backed up to woods that went on for miles. So we're
right.
talking dead leaf growth and all that stuff. Here, forget it. And plus, we're next to Great Dismal Swamp.
Yes,
And
right,
that's all kinds of stuff going on there. My allergies were not bad when I lived at the ocean front.
right. Yeah, the water that is good.
Everything
Yeah,
was clear over there. But as soon as I
yeah.
moved here, within 6 months,
It's tough. And for me, I'm allergic to all pollen, even the pollen you can't see, because there's pollen year round. But even not just the flowery pollen, but the pollen that's in the bushes and the trees. I'm allergic to all of it. And when I walk out, I particularly found that walking that back way with the shrubbery is
Yeah.
better to walk for me when it's fall weather versus when it's summer weather, because when it's summer weather there are more flowers, there's more bloom, and it gets me. It just,
There's stuff
oh,
everywhere blowing all over
yeah,
the place.
yeah. But then in the fall, it's a little cooler out. It's a little more crisp. I breathe better in that air anyway.
Yes.
And something about the blooms not being there, the actual flowers, helps me out because there's not enough of that. There's not as much of that pollen affecting me.
So yeah, so life is a little easier for me. I get it's worse in the spring and the fall.
Yeah,
At least indoors it is for me.
yeah,
Summer and winter I seem to like mellow out, but who knows? I mean,
yeah.
I've got dogs that shed all over the place. It could be their
Oh,
dander as well.
that
Who
could be
knows?
a contributor. Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
But
But
definitely the area is the biggest culprit. I have to
we,
say, this area.
we just deal with it, don't we?
We do.
It's okay. That's a shitty subject. Let's move on. Moving
Yeah.
on. Okay.
So I read something last week and I wanted to talk to you about this. And I did look a little bit of it up, not to get really much satisfactory information. But apparently at some point last week, it may still be going on because I don't know how long it takes to travel, that there is a black hole that has been discovered.
I heard briefly about this.
Yeah. Traveling through Sagittarius.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Explains a lot, doesn't it, Elle?
When I looked it up, there was some stuff that it did explain, but I wanted to particularly get on here and talk to you about your thoughts around that.
I
You know,
haven't heard much about it. I just heard a few AM radio yap talkers talking
mhm.
about it briefly before I put my own shit on. I wasn't, because they're the kind of news people I don't want to listen to, and the shit they were saying was just stupid.
Oh,
They were talking about the black hole situation, and of course making stupid comments about it. That I was just like, that's not my vibe. So
yeah,
I
yeah.
moved on. So what did you hear about?
So what I found, there's no strong, definitive astrological connection, is what my resource says,
What
but it's about the black, about what now? I'm sorry.
connection to what? The black hole to
The
what?
black hole going through, traveling through Sagittarius. There being any
Okay, okay.
astrological significance. And the most significant thing they found was that since a black hole, of course, is all about void or transformation, even, that there may be, it's almost like that is where I'm traveling through, if you will, where Sagittarius will be traveling through, finding the beginnings and the ends of our creative endeavors.
Ooh.
Yeah. And it may have spoken to me so greatly, based on what I read, because like I said, it was about void and transformation, because I know that I'm in that place. That
Yeah,
might just be what
yeah.
resonated with me. I'm in a place where I'm very comfortable, reasonably successful doing what I do, but it's not nearly enough, number one. And I didn't take this step just to be in this place.
Yeah,
I
no,
took it.
this is a way station for both of us.
Right. Yes. And you've been saying it. You've been saying it all
And we're
along.
getting ready to move into that new space. And this is a 9-year. When you add up 2025, it equals 9. And
Right.
9 in numerology is the ending, because we're
Right.
moving into a 1-year next year. So things are starting over. So that's where I think the rubber's going to really meet the road in many, many ways, both in the macro in our own personal world and micro.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of big changes happening. And we have to also take into effect, or into consideration, should I say, the Earth is going through the same thing.
Yes.
The
Yes.
moon is doing the same thing, literally. I mean, she's living, breathing entity. All right. She's not just this inanimate
Right.
hunk of rock.
Right. She
Right.
lives, and she's lived all these years. Yes, much longer than we
Yes.
have. So just
And
imagine that.
she was, had a soul contract herself, and wanted to experience what she experienced. So this is why some things were permitted to happen. The free will situation, even though it was ugly and horrific and disgusting, and you name all the adjectives you can, was a part of the journey. She's ready to heal herself, and she's ready to rid herself of a lot of things.
Right.
You know what that means, right?
Yes, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
She's gonna be like a dog shaking after being in the pool, and
Yes.
she's gonna shake us off.
What a great visual! Yes, exactly.
And whatever fleas are on here, she's gonna shake them off, and the rest of us get to hang on. So
that's right. It should be squeaky clean, just like
that's right.
Oh,
that's
yes,
right.
love that. Yeah, so that just spoke to me. I saved that article because I was like, what? It's like, wait, what's going on? And that black hole to me represents that place of uncertainty as well. As I'm trying to make sense of these beginnings and endings and what flows into the next thing and what is the next thing, there's some uncertainty there. Uncertainty about what it is, uncertainty about, can I do it? Do I have the ability to do it? Just
the answer to that is yes,
of course,
and yes.
Of
right?
Course, yes, yes.
All right, so it's really the ending of our old lives, because let's face it, 2020 was the ending of that old paradigm.
Yeah, it was.
Truly and truly. Okay. And either way, no matter how the elections went in 2024, we're on a trajectory anyway. What's happening now is we're fast tracking it, because the old paradigms are being literally broken down. And yeah, it's painful. It looks disgusting. But when the dust settles, we're going to go back in there and make things right. The way they're supposed to be. Okay. So that's why I'm not getting too upset about it. He's temporary. He's not forever, even though he likes to think he is. And we all know when I say he, what I mean. And as far as our own personal lives, right? In one way or another, all of us went through a huge transformation as we experienced the pandemic, or the plandemic, or whatever you want to call it. Huge changes were made, either internally or externally, or both, in everybody's lives, and everything that was building up to that point, right?
Yeah.
And now we've had 5 solid years of being in transformation mode, and now we're going to start landing where we're supposed to be landing.
That is it.
Being with our tribe, so to speak, and it might be multiple tribes. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's not just one little circle and then you stay there for the rest of your life, because that's not growth. That's not expansion. Right.
Exactly.
And you can have many core hubs.
Yes.
Which I think it's supposed to be that way. And we're not supposed to be individualistic, nor is it supposed to be so big that we feel like we're just a lost face in a crowd.
Right.
Which is, it's been kind of both. And either way is lonely.
Yeah.
So, talk about, the loneliness pandemic. What male loneliness pandemic? How about how women have been lonely for centuries?
Yeah.
Even in a marriage, nothing's worse. Nothing's more lonely than being in a marriage where you're not appreciated, where you're literally just a slave.
Yeah. I can identify.
Right? Yeah, exactly. So, people aren't talking about that on TikTok. Maybe I should get on TikTok and talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Because that was lonely, even though, sure, we're getting dick and, whatever. I really can't complain, because at least that aspect of my narcissistic asshole, that was because his ego was involved. That was one thing he made sure he was good at. So I'm like, okay. But that also kept me trapped. That kept me trapped. If he was bad in bed, that would have made it easy to go, but he wasn't.
Yeah.
So that screwed with my head. So, where was I going with? Oh yeah, when you're in that situation, that's lonely. So I think at core, all of us are lonely because there hasn't really been any true connection. Ever.
Gotcha.
Ever.
Gotcha.
You have your few people out there that are lucky enough to find their person. right? You know, no matter at some point in their life, but as a collective, as a whole,
Yeah,
we
I'm
have.
sure there's got to be some. I always say there's got to be some broken parts of me. And the reason I say that is because I am one of those people who requires very limited connection. I'm one of those who kind of thrives on a more electronic connection. Um, and a lot of that is born from my impatience with with people. And that's something I need to work on, I'm sure. But um, there's something about having limited connections with people that makes me feel safer. And I used to be just the opposite. I used to crave it. So maybe it's one extreme or the other. Not that I feel it's extreme because I get a great balance, just enough of a balance.
Well, that's what you've done is you created balance before. Maybe your self-esteem was elsewhere
Yeah.
and you were looking outside of yourself for that validation, but you've matured and you've expanded in your own right. So you're not requiring that validation because you give it to yourself.
Yeah, that is it. That it's the opposite of that. It's not the
Yeah.
opposite. It's a better place than that extreme place where I was because
Yeah.
that was, oh
Same
my
here.
gosh.
Same here.
Man.
Absolutely. Which is why I clung to my ex-husband and, you know, other relationships as well, even friendships
Me
that
too.
weren't necessarily healthy for me. It was just, you know, out of, I don't know, I don't want to say habit, but the need for that validation. And
I
now
was about to say, yeah, it's the validation you spoke of. Same
yeah.
thing. Yep. We just
And I don't
mixed.
need that anymore. So those people
Right.
just kind of either I literally had to cut them out of my life
Yeah.
or they just faded out.
Right.
And the
Yeah.
ones that are true, even if it's we talk, you know, a few times a year or even once a year, whatever, I'm okay with that on certain relationships. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's going with the ebb and flow of life and just creating your own foundation, your own security and being good with yourself, being your own
Yeah.
best friend, liking your own company.
Yes, because
You
there's a
know?
long time that I didn't. Yeah.
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 You
So
know,
that's
it's funny. Back in the '90s, when I first met my ex-husband, he was working a security job, and I stupidly would go every night to go pick him up because I didn't want him to sleep somewhere else. And one time, I was at that time that I learned to push myself outside of my comfort zone and go have dinner by myself,
yes. Oh yes.
go to the movies by myself.
Yep. Yep.
That's when I saw Thelma and Louise by myself.
Really?
One of the first
Wow.
movies. The first movie I saw by myself without having to have a friend with me was what was it? A View to a Kill.
Oh, cool. Very
James
cool.
Bond, yeah. And of course my boyfriend, not my ex-husband, my ex-husband. I'm racking them up, baby.
My ex twice removed.
We were teenagers at the time, and we didn't have cell phones at the time. And
I
for
was gonna
whatever
say we
reason,
were teenagers.
yeah, he
Yeah.
couldn't get a hold of me and freaked out and got my mom all worried. And they were about ready to call the cops. I was like, I was just at the fucking movies.
Right.
But that's
Oh
how people
wow.
were. And it's just
Yeah.
like, what the hell? But going back to the Thelma and Louise thing, I had such a great time. I went back and saw it 2 more times.
Ah, yes. What a great movie.
Maybe I just wanted to see Brad Pitt. Yeah,
That's
young
what
Brad
it was. That's what that might have been his. I don't know. Was that his peak year? I know he was new, but
Oh, it was brand spanking new. That was his
brand spanking.
Hollywood debut. Was
Yes,
Thelma and
he
Louise.
was hot. Like he caught my eye.
God dang.
And it was after, and I'm not as hot on him anymore, but because he's kind of a douche. But well, I believe he's kind of a douche based on some things I've seen. But what is the movie he played? That guy. Oh God, what is that movie called? Anthony Hopkins was in it. He was fighting. Like was he fighting cows or bulls or something? His name was Tristan. And he was it was Aidan Quinn, who was his brother in the movie. Oh God. I have to look it up.
River runs through it. No.
No.
No,
It had the Native American young lady.
Oh, that was Robert Redford. A River Runs Through It.
That's right. Yeah.
But I know it's the one. Land of something. I know what you're talking about. He married a Native American woman.
Yes. Yeah, that was the one. That movie was.
Oh, Legends of the Fall.
Legends of the Fall. That's it. I couldn't call it. Yes. Oh, I thought he was fantastic in that. Man.
Oh, everybody was.
God, yes. Gosh. Hollywood don't make them like that anymore.
No, they don't. They really don't. And they're desperate to get people in the theaters, and nobody's going because it's too damn expensive.
Exactly. Now, I am going to the movies to see Wicked for Good, since that's part 2, because they did the movie in 2 parts. I'm not a fan of this whole movie in 2 parts thing, because I feel like they're just doing it to get double money, because the movie theaters aren't doing well. So they've got to do something to bring in money that they would have otherwise been missing. Not a dumb thing to do. Pretty smart, actually.
Yeah.
But here's what they did not consider. If people are like me, they're going to be very, you're going to use their discretion. It really has to be worth my while for me to go see it in a 2-parter in a movie theater.
Yeah.
And I will have seen this. I saw the original Wicked last year in the theater twice. Yeah. Almost saw it a 3rd time. And this year, I know I'll see it twice because I'm going to take Mom. And matter of fact, I'm sure the theaters are going to be showing the first one and then the second one, like a back-to-back kind of a thing.
That's what I saw.
They're going to charge more money for the tickets, I'm sure. I want to just take my mom for her birthday. And then a friend of mine who I went to see Wicked twice with last year wants to make sure we go to see Wicked for Good. So,
okay, so I have right here my hot little hand, Elle. They expire on the 12th, so that's next Wednesday. Cinema Cafe movie passes, buy one get one free.
Whoa! So now, unfortunately, Wicked for Good won't be out till the 21st. But you know what is out? I don't know if you're interested in seeing it though. What? Bruce Springsteen, Deliver Me from Nowhere.
I may be convinced to go see that.
Oh.
But also what's out is that Angel movie with Keanu Reeves and Sandra Oh, and
yes,
that looks kind of interesting as well. So we could use one of them and go, and then there's 2 more if anybody wants to join.
Cool. Sounds
or go do their own thing, or we just hand them out there. Yeah. You picked these up when we went to the ball game. Somebody handed them to you.
I didn't even look at them.
and I cleaned out my car and found them. I'm like, oh shit. Okay, that'll work. Gosh. Yeah. So yeah, and they expire Wednesday.
Okay, so we'll get out there then. So
we gotta get out there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. So fucking duck, dude. All right. So we got holidays coming up. Thanksgiving, we're going to do Harold and Maude Day. I'm looking forward to that. We're going to have chicken pot pie.
Ooh, yummy. Your homemade chicken pot pie.
Sure.
Girl.
Actually from Aldi, which is going to be delicious. It's not from Walmart. No. It's from a good place. I looked at it, I'm like, okay, that looks good.
I know you fancy, so I was like, what? Can't make it so.
I was almost gonna do. I'm like, no, it's movie day. We're gonna be drinking wine and eating popcorn.
Yes.
And what I will make maybe is like a apple pie kind of not apple pie, but phyllo pastry with sauteed apples and with vanilla ice cream and cinnamon and sugar, that kind of stuff. Kind of deconstructed apple pie kind of situation.
Yeah. Sounds yummy.
But yeah, it'll be fun, and we'll just have fun drinking movie day. I'm looking forward to it.
We'll let y'all know how it goes. Well,
absolutely,
and we'll let y'all know how the movie is. Whichever one we go. I guess we're gonna go see the Angel movie. I want to see that. I do want to see Kiana. So we'll let y'all know next week how it went.
Yeah, it'll be fun. All right, kids. Well, we are wrapping up the show. We didn't have Ivy or Gemini today, but love you guys anyway.
We missed y'all.
Have a good evening wherever you guys are. Have a great weekend. Remember, Elle is at FFX Theater here in Virginia Beach.
Yep.
You can find me at hypnohelpsyou.com. And we're looking forward to seeing you next week. Yeah, we'll give you all the 411 and the tea and all the good stuff that we do over this weekend and over the week. So love you guys. Peace and love.
Peace and love.